Hi everyone, welcome to Module 3. I'm just going to take a few minutes to preview the weekly schedule and then also to preview our readings for the week. So, day 1, just a couple of notes in the weekly schedule that you'll have all of your discussion board posts returned to you in the gradebook by June 15th, and then it'll probably take me 3 to 4 days to read through your rhetorical analysis. So you'll probably need to look by the 16th for that. I'll preview the 5 essays. There's actually 6. I added a 6th one and at the end of the video. So I just want you to know what the videos are about. I want you to know about length. And then I'm also going to sort of preview genre a little bit for you. We're learning about 2 more components of the rhetorical situation this week, exigence. We'll probably talk about kairos a little bit too in my lecture, but it's not a specific focus for us. It's sometimes considered the 4th appeal, but it's sort of more aligned with exigence, I think. And then that'll be the lecture that I post sometime by the end of the day tomorrow for day 2. But because I'm talking about genre in that lecture, I want to preview some of the genres that are in the essays that you can read for this week. And remember, the readings are put in place so that you are kind of feeding your brain with words and sentences and paragraph orders and different conventions of essay writing. So be looking for how the writer is putting the essay together in the same way that you did your rhetorical analysis. Everything you read this semester isn't being read just for content, it's being read for looking at how a writer put an essay together. So keep those things in mind as you're reading. But I'll do that preview in a few minutes. And then this is just a reminder for people who are doing workshop 2. That's happening next week during module 4. It will start on I'm doing calendar math in my head, June 23rd. It's the day the writers will post. And then that'll go through the 25th. So I did email everyone in class except for the writers for workshop 1 to have you all check your workshop assignment. So if you've seen that, that's awesome. But if you haven't looked at that D2L message, I didn't actually email, it was a D2L message. If you haven't seen that, please go back and double check so that you know when your workshop is happening. But there's a list of 7 writers who will be workshopping during workshop 2. So check that out. Day 2, read the instructions for essay 2. If you haven't uploaded your file for essay 2, it was due yesterday. Well, actually, it's June 12th now. It's due today, but you might be watching this tomorrow, so it was due yesterday. You'll still earn your points if you post it this week. You probably need to post it by Thursday because this journal that's due on Thursday the 16th is related to that file that you're uploading. And remember, the file you're uploading for essay 2 is not revised. You're not doing anything but just identifying a file, an essay you've written for another class or an essay you wrote for yourself and uploading that. You don't have to do anything to it except for choose it. Sometimes people change the essay they want to use, so I'll just let you know in this video that you are revising this essay. You're going to make a major revision, so you might want to choose something that you enjoyed writing about in the first place because you're going to be spending some time, having a new focus and a new audience and some other new things in it. So make sure that that file is uploaded, and that's not listed in here in the weekly schedule because it was due last week, but you will see it in the module 3 things to do in module 3. We're learning about revision this week, you all. So the readings that are listed on day 2 are either related to revision or helping you to understand that the conventions of argument are not monolithic is the word I want to use, which really means they're not all the way fixed. There's actually some flexibility, and so I think this revision assignment will help you to understand how flexible essay writing can be and still even represent an argument, even if you're not directly writing an argument. And it's possible for essay 2 that you won't write an argument at all. You might write something more informational, something where you're sharing your teaching, something where you're reflecting, but there can still be components of argument in those pieces based on the fact that you might write with different genres. So you're already starting to understand about this genre stuff a little bit, though I'm not being all the way specific. Then you'll notice there's a video where I will talk about exigence and genre more specifically. And the last 2 days are really you doing a journal entry that I'm going to try to respond to this week before the weekend. So you notice that the yellow means due on Thursday. So you want to make sure that you post that by Thursday so I can respond to that journal and give you some feedback on your submitted essay file. And so you may notice you have more time to revise and write essay 2 than you did essay 1. Essay 1 was a really fast assignment because of the way the first week of a semester always is, that you have to get kind of familiar with using the D2L tools and the syllabus. And so you'll notice we have a little bit more of a relaxed pace this week. And then take advantage of that, because you know that essay 2 is due on the, doing math in my head, June 26th by the end of the day. So you have a full 2 weeks for this piece. So, you know, as you're writing, reading the instructions for essay 2, keep that in mind, that you have more time to write and revise this piece. So that's good. We can breathe right in the next 2 weeks. There are some other readings that I want you to take a look at. They're actually, I put them in this post. There's a, you see the one that I just highlighted in gray. There's a second discussion board post, one journal post, one discussion board post. They're all on the discussion page in D2L, but remember the journal is private. It doesn't post to the whole class. So you're talking to me only about your essay 2, and then making choices, and then the second discussion board is public, and you'll be reading some information about what genre is, reading some websites about what kinds of genres exist in the world, and doing some of your own research too, and kind of reporting back on what you've read and what you've found in your research about what genres are. And this genre work is really important because it's going to help us to write essay 3 and essay 4. So we're not using the genre information only for essay 2. But you may notice that we're doing a rhetorical situation all semester long. In the first lecture about rhetorical situation, I stopped talking about the elements of it at the context. In the list of rhetorical situation elements, I stopped talking about those elements at context, is what I was trying to say. So now you're going to notice for each essay that we're going to add 1 or 2 more concepts for each essay. So as we move through the semester, you're responsible for more and more of the rhetorical situation, not just purpose and audience, which is barely anything when we think about rhetorical situation, but usually some of the first 2 elements that we define. So genre is an important one, and so you're doing some work there. And that's the week. There's no essay due this week. There's no draft due this week, but you know when it's due, and you know when the workshop is. And yes, you can sign up for a check-in meeting this week as well. The link will be on the Module 3 page. So remember, that's a Google Sheet that I use. So as soon as you add a comment to the cell that indicates the day and time you would like to do the check-in meeting, I get an email at my private email account, and then I can make sure that you know we're meeting and Zoom at that time. So be sure to check out the check-in meeting schedule for the next 2 weeks. I have it prepared for Module 3 and for Module 4. All right, so awesome. You have breathing room. You feel like you can spend more time on essay 2. And I'm really excited to see your rhetorical analysis essays, read those and get those back to you. Have a great Module 3 week. You all, I will not be answering email Monday morning. I have an appointment, a personal appointment, so I'll probably be answering emails later in the day. But have a great start to the week, and I'll talk to you soon.